हेलो एवरीबॉडी, वेलकम बैक टू द संडे लीग पंडित चैनल। हम आज टीम ऑफ द ईयर की वीडियो निकालने की सोच रहा हूँ क्योंकि रिसेंटली द फीफा टीम ऑफ द ईयर केम आउट एंड तो हमने सोचा कि हम भी अपनी टीम ऑफ द ईयर बनाते हैं विच इज अ मोर फेयर रिफ्लेक्शन कि प्लेयर्स के कैसे चलते हैं और कैसे कैसी परफॉर्मेंस थी। टुडे वी हैव विद अस उदय। उदय हैज अ पॉडकास्ट ऑन इंस्टाग्राम.
Thank you so much, guys. Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure to be with Achint and Utkarsh both on the show. I hope you have loads of fun tonight.
So I'll just explain the format of how we're going to go about it. And we're going to go position by position, and then the player either first picks, so the other person cannot pick that. So for example, we start from left back, and I pick Luke Shaw, which is not going to happen. But if I pick Luke Shaw, then the other two cannot pick Luke Shaw. That is how we're going to go about it. So let's get started.
Right.
So another rule, I'm just going to add that just to explain how it goes first. Like if Achin goes first in the left back position, then the person who goes last has the first pick in the next position. Like if we pick a left back, then we go to a centre back. So if I go last in the left back position, then I have a first pick in the centre back position. Let's move forward.
Yeah. So Uday is going to start off. So I'll just start. So yeah, Uday, who's your pick for left back?
I'll go with, of course, Andy Robertson any day because he's the most consistent since coming from Hull City. Klopp has transformed him like anything, and we see him.
I'm going to go with like a very cliche choice, but I'll go with Alphonse Davies. I think he had a solid year, like specifically 2020. I think he stepped on into the season. His Champions League campaign was pretty good when Barcelona, when they were hammered 8-2, so you could really see all the attacking player of Alphonse Davies. I'll go with Davies. Yeah. What about you?
ज्यादा ऑप्शन तो बचे हैं नहीं आई गेस मेरे पास क्योंकि रॉबर्टसन भी जा चुका है, डेविस भी जा चुका है, दोस आर द फेवरेट्स. सो आई विल गो फॉर अ मोर मतलब सॉलिड चॉइस जो मुझे लगता है कि मतलब जो मेरे पास ऑप्शन बचे हैं. आई विल गो फॉर सर्जी रेगुलियन क्योंकि लास्ट ईयर फॉर सेविया ही वाज रियली सॉलिड इन द यूरोपा लीग एंड इज अ वेरी गुड अटैकिंग फुटबैक. तो दैट मेक्स माय चॉइस एट द लेफ्ट बैक. आई थिंक इट्स प्रीटी जस्टिफाइड. उसका मूव भी टॉटनम में भी काफी सॉलिड रहा है, तो आई विल गो फॉर रेगुलियन. एंड तो सेंटर बैक पहली पिक मेरी होगी. So obviously, I'm going for the big man, the Liverpool centre back, Virgil van Dijk. Needs no explanation. Last year they won the Premier League. Obviously, अब पहले तो उसकी कमी नहीं दिखी, लेकिन अब हमें कमी दिख रही लिवरपूल के डिफेंस में. तो I'll go for Virgil. Uday, as a Liverpool fan, what are your thoughts on the injury of the Virgil van Dijk?
To be honest, Virgil van Dijk has been lethal. He was lethal in Southampton as well. He just wasn't seen enough. But when he came to Liverpool, उसने जो transition लिया है, he's taken a very tremendous transition, especially under Klopp. All defenders usually perform well. Even Sokratis, for that matter, was performing pretty well in Dortmund under Klopp. But we can't see that in Arsenal. But again, Virgil van Dijk is missing. I think Liverpool's defense is still okay. The makeshift defense, you've seen Fabinho, Henderson, Matip, Reece Williams, Nat Phillips, आते रहते हैं. So even they are contributing to the defense. I don't think Liverpool are suffering defensively, to be honest. That is my personal.
Defensively, I think they've coped well without Van Dijk. Like though they did get a thrashing against Aston Villa when Van Dijk was in that match, but I feel Liverpool have been. I have never felt that throughout Van Dijk's absence that Liverpool was really looking vulnerable in defense. I think attackingly they've got a little missing, especially when Thiago wasn't there. And even when Thiago's come back, I've not really seen his presence as like because what initially happened was everybody was fancying Man City for the title. But as soon as Liverpool signed Thiago, so everybody just shifted to Liverpool. They were thinking that this guy is going to take them to the title. But he's been out injured. I don't think we've seen enough of an impression on the side from Thiago's end. But I think defensively they've coped well without Van Dijk. But Van Dijk is obviously their stalwart.
So I need a left-footed centre half in my line, so I'd go in with Ruben Dias because he's already proven himself in Europe and he's also proving himself in Manchester City. Under him, I think City have conceded very few goals this season and they look strong defensively in 4-5 seasons. So he's my pick.
Yeah, Ruben Dias makes sense. और काफी सॉलिड लगा जब तो सिटी में आया. मतलब स्टोन्स भी काफी अच्छा खेल रहा है, लेकिन स्टोन्स अभी रिसेंटली फॉर्म पिकअप किया, उस पर क्या ख्याल है उदय? मतलब क्या स्टोन्स वर्ल्ड कप में खेल सकता है इंग्लैंड के लिए?
John Stones खेल सकता है, but I would still not risk it with him because 3 seasons तक he was injury prone. He's very injury prone as a player, which is why he couldn't perform. Even in training, I've seen their videos. He wasn't up to the mark, to be honest. Offensively, वो provide करता है balls, अगर आपने देखा होगा उसका game. But defensively, he's very adept. But he needs a certain person like Ruben Dias next to him. That is how he looks good, I think, in my opinion. But John Stones cannot be relied on. So,
Sachin, who's your pick for the team of the year at centre back? Big Harry Maguire.
Not Harry Maguire. No, I think it's a bit stretched too far putting him in the team of the year. But I'll go for Sergio Ramos. I think he was pretty solid for Real this season, last season specifically because we could see in the Champions League campaign where he was missing, and when you could really see that Real was a little vulnerable. They didn't seem very assured, and Varane was looking very shaky. Though everybody holds Varane in very high regard, but if he's not next to Sergio Ramos, who really stabilizes the ship, I think Varane looks a little off the pace. So I think Sergio Ramos, he was very pivotal in Real Madrid winning the La Liga last season. So I'll go for Sergio Ramos.
तो सेकंड पिक कौन सा तुम्हारा, क्योंकि तो तुम्हारी चॉइस है पिक करने की, who's your second center back?
Since I would have gone for Van Dijk, but अगर Van Dijk pick हो चुका है, so I'll go for David Alaba. I think he was pretty solid for Bayern last season because he's normally a left back, or he's also played in the CDM position for Bayern. But उसने पिछले season he was shifted to centre back, and I think he hit the ground running very well. He didn't really seem out of place at the centre back position, and his passing from the back was really delightful because in the Champions League campaign you could really see that the whole Bayern's whole system, it flows from the centre back and then it goes forward, and I think it was working very well with Alaba. This season he's been a little off the pace, but if you consider we are taking into account last season's team of the year, I think David Alaba will be my pick. What about you, Utkarsh?
I think it's Udes and then I go next.
Okay.
I'll go with Thiago Silva because he's been proving it since so many years that he is one of the topmost defenders in the world. Ball stopping ability. He's low on pace, lacks pace because of his age, but no, he's a good ball provider as well. So Thiago Silva and Ruben Dias will make a good pairing behind.
Yeah, definitely. Because ज़्यादा option तो बचे नहीं है, लेकिन I'll go for his ex PSG teammate Marquinhos as centre back. Mostly वो CDM भी खेला है, लेकिन I think he is better at centre back. So I'm going with Marquinhos.
I think it's a solid pick because Tuchel के अंदर he also played it at CDM and a lot of time, and he was very comfortable at CDM as well. But when after lockdown the Champions League campaign हुआ था, restart हुआ था, so I think Marquinhos he also got a very vital goal against Atlanta, जो equalizer था. So I think he was really crucial in their run to the final.
So at right back, definitely there's no other option than Trent Alexander-Arnold.
But I'd like to add something about Marquinhos. Marquinhos played really well in the Champions League fixtures also this time. Against United, I think he played very well. For the first fixture, United won. PSG had many players sidelined. Second fixture, I think he scored a good goal against you guys. He scored the opener. So I think he's a very tremendous input to the team.
Yeah. And Richarlison has him as the best centre back in the world. So
his pick is Trent Alexander-Arnold, but I will leave that to Trent. I'm going to go for Ricardo Pereira. I think he's a very solid centre back going forward and going back. I think Ta has some weakness when he is defending. So, but I know Ricardo was injured in the second of the season post lockdown, and obviously it showed Leicester dropped out of the top four and they had a poor run of form. But Ricardo makes into my team of the year. What about you, Ajit?
I think it's a very solid pick.
Wan-Bissaka.
No, Wan-Bissaka, I think after lockdown he looked off the pace, but until before lockdown hit, I think Wan-Bissaka was really solid. He carried onward his form from Crystal Palace, and he was, his tackling and his one-on-one defending that made him, such a hot property. But I think if you go throughout the season, I think I'll go for Kimmich. I'll go for Kimmich at right back. I won't go for him at midfield because I think whenever he filled in at right back, he was really solid, and his passing is obviously very good, and his ball playing ability is perhaps one of the best in the world because of his versatility of position. And I think not even this past season, I think he's been very solid for the past 2 to 3 seasons. So I think I'll go for Kimmich. Yeah.
So Uday, it's your turn at right back.
I will be going for Kyle Walker because Kyle Walker has been consistent for Tottenham. He's been consistent for Manchester City. And if we are comparing our defensive team capability, I think if I put in Alexander Trent, he would not suffice me defensively. He has missed it out. In this season also, we've seen how Danny Ainge has scored a easy flick off him. So I can't be risking my defenses with a team like this. I need Kyle Walker.
Walker वैसे कभी penalty दे सकता है.
Like Roy Keane has been very critical of Walker in that regard because he's very prone to putting in a foolish challenge in the box. But Trent has missed out surprisingly. So do you want to missed out the goalkeeper position? So I think it's pretty obvious who you're going to pick. But yeah, start from the goalkeeper position.
The goalkeeper position, I'll obviously go in with Alisson because he's been consistent season in and out, and there is no chance that I would not pick anyone over him. But I would also I might consider Jan Oblak to be the second choice, but I'll go with Alisson.
So I'm going to go for Marc-Andre ter Stegen, my man for the club. I think he's saved us on numerous occasions. So and against in the Copa de España Championship, in the semi-final he saved 2 penalties in the penalty shootout. So I think going with ter Stegen is a no-brainer for me. What about you?
But don't you think ter Stegen has had a very rocky 2 seasons? Last 2 seasons have been very rocky for him. He's very inconsistent. I mean, Barcelona have lost to the simplest of teams.
Yeah, I would say that Ter has been really solid for me because our defense has not been very good. Longley मुझे कभी convincing नहीं लगता है. And we made a video on Barcelona. We discussed it at large कि Longley को कैसे replace करने की जरूरत है. अगर Umtiti fit हो जाता है तो I think it would be a different proposition. और PK भी बाहर है, पता नहीं कब वापस आएगा. तो I think ter Stegen has been pretty solid. I think इसकी passing कभी-कभी risky हो जाती है जो मैं danger में डाल देती है. I think he goes for a too risky pass जो उसको नहीं करना चाहिए. कभी-कभी मुझे ऐसा लगता है. Lekin in goal, I think he's the best for us.
I think a solid option. I think Uday discussed the option. I was going to go for Jan Oblak. I think Oblak has been Mr. Consistent for Atletico. I think for now it's been the better part of 4 years. And Oblak has been, he's conceded such less goals, and his distribution is obviously not the top. I think Alisson, if you look for a more all-round keeper, I think Alisson would take the pick. But if you come to just a pure shot stopper and somebody who you can rely on to take you through like a tough tournament, say the Champions League, so I think Jan Oblak is your man for the big occasion, and he's been consistent for the past 4 years, and not a lot of people discuss him. I think Neuer has been in the conversation, ter Stegen has been in the conversation. Now Alisson is in the conversation for the past 2 years, even Ederson for that matter. But I think Oblak has been, that silently, been very rock solid at the back.